refrigerant charge for air conditioners and heat pumps. The references for these tests is going to be the reference appendices section RA 3.2, again found at the particular link on the CEC website or also available for download on the LMS system. This particular test is designed to verify the refrigerant charge in the HVAC system and identify potential refrigeration system faults. Our overall goal is to familiarize yourself with refrigerant charge testing equipment, protocols, and forms. These are the sections that we'll be covering in this PowerPoint. So starting with equipment specifications, just like we covered in all the other sections, we're going to be talking about what equipment is required and allowed for these tests. When taking a temperature measurement shall be made utilizing digital temperature measurement instrumentation that is combined sensor plus device for data acquisition, processing, and reporting that shall have dual channel capability in Celsius or Fahrenheit and conform to the following specifications: an accuracy of plus or minus 2 degrees and a resolution of 0.2 degrees. When using a hygrometer, the hygrometer shall have a probe of at least 3 inches in length. It shall be able to take both dry and wet bulb measurements. It will have an accuracy of plus or minus 2 degrees Fahrenheit well bulb temperature or calculated well bulb temperature based on accuracies of plus or minus 3% RH and plus or minus 2 degrees Fahrenheit dry bulb temperature and a resolution of 0.2 degrees. When taking pipe temperature measurements, they shall be taken when taking temperature measurements of suction or liquid refrigerant lines using sensor mounting styles such as a pipe clamp sensor, Velcro strap-on, or an equivalent sensor device or sensor mounting method shall meet the following specifications. Again, an accuracy of plus or minus 2 degrees and a resolution of 0.2 degrees. For temperature sensor response time specifications, all previously described sensors shall produce an accurate reading within 90 seconds of insertion into the test environment. The refrigerant gauges, they shall be digital and they shall meet the following specifications: the liquid line pressure accuracy of plus or minus 7 psi and a suction line pressure accuracy of plus or minus 3.5 psi.
As an alternative to the use of refrigerant gauges, 2 saturation pressure measurement sensors, or SPMS, may be permanently installed by either the equipment manufacturer or in the field by the installing contractor in a manner and location approved by the equipment manufacturer for use to measure the saturation pressure of the refrigerant in the evaporator coil and in the condenser coil. So again, these can either come from the factory pre-installed, or the installing contractor can install them in the field in the locations approved by the manufacturer. Now these pressure measurement instrumentation shall have an accuracy equal to or better than plus or minus 7 psi for the liquid line pressure and plus or minus 3.5 psi for suction pressure.
When using a refrigerant scale, the refrigerant scale shall be electronic and it shall have an accuracy equal to or better than plus or minus 5 ounces or plus or minus 5% of the measured value. Please keep in mind that as a rater, you will not be using a refrigerant scale, but rather you'll be observing an installer or an HVAC technician using the scale to potentially use the weigh-in method for refrigerant testing. We're going to be talking about the different ways to test for refrigerant charge, but in this particular case, the condenser outlet air restrictor, it's used specifically for the winter setup procedure and only for the winter setup procedure. It's a device that restricts the free area of the outlet from the condenser fan to reduce the airflow, but does not interfere with the air entering the condenser coil. The amount of restriction shall be adjustable. So this particular hood that you can see in the picture here will be used for the winter setup procedures, which we'll be talking about later on in this PowerPoint. For calibration, all temperature sensors except hygrometers and refrigerant gauges shall be calibrated monthly in accordance with specification in section RA 3.2.2.4. A sticker with the calibration check date shall be affixed to each instrument calibrated. The way that you're going to go about calibrating each piece of equipment is going to be dependent on the manufacturer. So follow your manufacturer's instructions and specifications in order to calibrate your equipment correctly. Hygrometers shall be calibrated according to the manufacturer recommended time, intervals, and procedures. A sticker with the calibration check date shall be affixed to each instrument calibrated. Refrigerant scale should also be calibrated according to the manufacturer's recommended time, intervals, and procedures. A sticker with the calibration check date shall be affixed to each instrument calibrated.